Procrastination will ruin your life. It will destroy your confidence and your identity. But it is also an indicator that you are about to do something big. Because the only reason you are procrastinating is because you don't own the skills yet. And what skills am I talking about? I'll come to that in a moment. But think about it. If you're like me and countless others who can't seem to force themselves to start certain tasks, no matter how easy it is or no matter how important they are, then you need help. Hi, my name is Taha and welcome to the channel. Last week I talked about the science of procrastination. What is it? Why does it happen? And what damage it can do to us. If you're one of those who missed it, be sure to check it out by clicking on the link in the description below. This week's session is of a more practical one. Since we now know the theory behind procrastination, let's discuss some tips and tricks that are going to help you boost your productivity and overall performance. Earlier, I mentioned something about having skills to counter procrastination. What I really meant was having a combat strategy. The first thing to do is to develop a go-getter mindset. I know many people personally who are super financially secure. They have a great house, some rentals coming in. Basically, they are in a very comfortable spot. These kind of people are not motivated enough to work really hard. All the great visionaries in the world, they had humble beginnings. Some of them you already know. TV personality Oprah Winfrey, the Pakistani American businessman Shahid Khan, the Indian steel tycoon Lakshmi Mittal, Ralph Lauren, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs of Apple, and even the Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan. All these three people worked their asses off because their situations made them into tough people. But that doesn't mean that only those who are in do and die situations, they excel in their lives. No, that's not true. You can too. And for that you need to have an extraordinary vision. If you are comfortable where you are, then get out of your comfort zones and put yourself in difficult situations so that you are forced to make the most out of your potential. We get our confidence, courage and pride by accomplishing things that we think we cannot. So I challenge you, search for the things that you don't want to do, because the things that you don't want to do are the things that you're really afraid of. Determine those things, start reverse engineering it and make your own breakthrough to the next level. Give yourself a vision and shorten the time you need to complete it. My concept is you should set a standard for yourself and you try to reach it. And once you've reached it, you set a high standard for yourself and then you try to reach for that too. Pick up higher standard jobs to get higher in life. It's all about mindset. It can either destroy you or it can give you life. The next step you need to do is to expand your mental acumen. And by that I mean you should make yourself capable enough to recognize and accept the situations that are causing you to procrastinate. First of all, see procrastination from a different angle, a more positive one. Look at it as a green light on the highway instead of a red one. Meaning you are standing at the edge of something great. And your instincts, they are there to keep you safe. And they want you to procrastinate as it feels unsafe. Because at that moment, you are growing. Don't use procrastination or even perfection as an excuse to not succeed. The only thing that you could be guilty of is not knowing how to do the job. And that can be dealt very easily by acquiring skills or harnessing your willpower. Also, what you're working on, focus on it completely. Do not think of outside thoughts. Otherwise, you are going to, your mind will go astray and you are going to procrastinate. Likewise, do not overthink. Don't think of all the tasks that are pending. Just focus on the task at hand and feel the win when you complete it. The confidence that comes by completing tasks is very important. And confidence building happens by winning. You need to win every day so that you can feel the surge in energy on a daily basis. Your targets should be non-negotiable and you should show vigor. You should complete one task after the other. And if you complete a task on time or even before the deadline, you will find your vigor kicking in and you should use that energy to make your breakthrough to the next level. I'm sure that by now you are well equipped to identify procrastination. Again, check my last week's content. The link is in the description below. I'm mentioning this again and again because I'm going to talk about goal trauma right now and how to deal with it. And if you feel that you're procrastinating, check if you have goal trauma. Goal trauma is, a psychological hurt that can be a great hindrance to a person's progress. And if you have goal trauma, you should make an assessment about yourself. You should confront it, reason with your brain, and talk about it, or talk to the person who caused it. For example, if earlier in your life, if you did some action and your parents made you feel like a failure, and if that is still bothering you, you should confront them, talk about it, and set the record straight. Once you've dealt with it, then carry on with your mission. Don't overthink, just launch yourself into the day and prioritize on the big jobs. Make sure to make progress on those jobs. Your daily discipline and consistency will help you overcome procrastination. The final portion of today's session brings us to some practical solutions which I'm sure you guys are waiting for, and these are the things that I employ on a daily basis. The one thing that really helps me are my daily to-do list. I try not to keep everything in my head. It's an absolute worst thing to do if you want to be productive. The more you write down, the better. And the way I do it, I prioritize on the things that I want to do. I choose the top 5 or top 3 things that I want to do, and I list them down and I cross them out as I complete them. And the joy I feel by doing this is pure ecstasy. The second tip is the usage of time blocks, and for that I use Google Calendar. I use Google products for literally everything, but the calendar in particular is very useful for this purpose. And there are others who are offering solutions like Outlook and Timestamp. You can do your research. How I use this tool to be productive? What I do is I set aside 1 to 2 hours for each particular task, and I do not allow any other task to interrupt me during that time. That window is to complete that task only. And I literally use time blocking for everything. I have time reserved for content creation, sales visits, my inner business activities, even for my spouse and my kids. This way I know how my day looks like and where I'm spending my hours at. And I have no double thoughts regarding the actions of the day. So let your calendar do the decision making for you. And when you know what's on your calendar, it is not easy to break that arrangement. Also, it's a great way of holding yourself accountable to do a certain task in a certain amount of time, and also builds a certain level of discipline as well. I'll give you my example. I have reserved the best hours of the day to brainstorm and create content, which is basically the hours of the first half of the day. And for the second half, I have reserved for my various business activities. The third tip, it's really a pro tip. Stop being too productive, which means you do not need to do everything yourself. You should know the art of delegation. Ask a friend, a co-worker, or even a freelancer to get something done. Use platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, and get the mundane tasks like fixing a website or package design, and get these things done by someone else. This way you can stay in your zone and focus on the jobs that you need to do, and the stuff that happens behind the scenes you can let someone else take over, because those things don't need your personal touch. The fourth tip to be productive at life and at work is to set your intentions for the rest of the week. I do that on a Sunday night prior to the start of the week, and I do this exercise every night as well before the start of the day. I check my to-do list, I review my calendar, and I basically set the tone of the kind of day I want to have. There's a hidden lesson in all of this, and I want you to realize that having a business, running it and scaling it is part systems, part strategy, and a big part of it is mindset, visualization and intention. I have better days when I set my mind to having better days. This is how we can create more productivity in our lives, by looking at the things that we need to do on a weekly basis and setting up our daily actions to fulfill that weekly vision. And in this manner, we would never get confused about what we need to do or what needs to be in our to-do list. We should look at the entire week as a holistic time frame, and we should set up our activities, our time blocks, our and make our to-do list in such a manner that all the things that we need to do, they get done. One bonus tip for you, a giveaway if you will. It is, get up early in the morning, earlier than everybody else, earlier than your family, earlier than you're getting up right now, and have 30 minutes to yourself for a slow morning. Maybe reading, praying, meditating, or even having a cup of coffee or tea. Allow yourself this alone time, and this will give you the chance to zone in. You can review your calendar, your to-do list, and trust me, it can change the entire outlook of the day or even the week. Remember, the first 15 to 20 minutes when you get up are the most productive moments, and you should use them very, very wisely. And nothing beats taking control of the day than right in the morning. Congratulations, you are now equipped to deal with procrastination. I hope my tips on work efficiency will come in handy in your journey, and please use all of them as well as the bonus tip and let me know how it goes. Also, write in the comments what you think about this week's content, and if you have anything to share, please let us know, because this is a problem we all struggle with. Like this video, comment if you have any questions, and as always, subscribe to this channel so I can keep on sharing content like this. And talk to you soon. Bye bye.